All right. Hey, good people. Happy Friday. I thought I had this right in terms of landscape, but apparently I don't. Anyway, Flow to Heal Yoga. It's your girl, Frederica McCleary Easley. So, a couple of things, a lot of stuff going on. First of all, if you are in DC on May 1st, 9 a.m., I'm partnered with several amazing organizations and groups where we will be having a run at the monuments. So it's a 2 mile walk, about 4 mile roundabout kind of thing. But that's 9 a.m. on May 1st. So it's sponsored by or organized by Runners High Chicago, Runners High Chi. Um, Minority Cannabis Business Association is partnering on it. Of course, Flow to Heal Yoga is partnering on it. Last Prisoner Project, Latinas in Cannabis, and SSDP, right? So we're all partnering to bring you this wellness component that is on the tail end of our Unity Week events, right? So that is, we will be in DC, a number of organizations and individuals will be in DC to lobby in regards to cannabis and how it is being sensibly regulated. A request, a demand for it to be sensibly regulated, for there to be some action at the federal level. Many of you may or may not know, but I'm the president of the Minority Cannabis Business Association, as well as the founder of Flow to Heal Yoga. So, all parts of my life flow together, right? So we will be having a run starting at 9 a.m. and then we will have a yoga flow that myself and Imani will be leading afterwards. So if you are in the DC area, check us out. We would love to see you. Again, that is starting at 9 a.m. on May 1st at the monuments, right? And then if you are in Austin, Texas, or around where you can drive on May 4th, I will be hosting a yoga flow at Fierce Whiskers. Fierce Whiskers is this amazing location in Austin. I'll make sure I tag it in the comments. It is a liquor distillery, right? So they make their own batches, but they have food trucks. They often have, minority black markets in terms of like small businesses in the area. It is a place that we go as a family because there is ample space for the kids to just run around and be creative, and you don't have to worry about like them actually being on a jungle gym type of situation and them falling and hurting themselves. So usually we just bring some water shooters. We don't call them guns. We bring some water shooters, we bring some balls, and allow the kids to just have a good time. So that will be on May 4th, right? And so from 12 to 12:30, we will have an opportunity to mingle, things of that nature. Get yourself set up. It is bring your own mat. I'll have a couple for purchase, but it is bring your own mat. So from 12 to 12:30, we'll be doing that, getting set up, mingling, things of that nature. And then at 12:30, we flow, right? And the hope is this, because I love this place so much, because, my husband and our kids love this place so much. I wanted to do something to bring awareness, right? To bring people to it, because, the rent is high. The commercial real estate is high in Austin. I'm sure it is in other areas as well. And so we want this place to stay. We want it to survive and thrive. And so I'm happy to partner with this Fierce Whiskers to bring this opportunity there. What an amazing way to, kind of start your day with being able to flow, get into it, and then have an opportunity to like get some good barbecue or get some good empanadas, right, from the food trucks that are there. So before we flow, I wanted to kind of share a few thoughts, because you've seen my kids. Yesterday was the youngest baby's birthday. She made 2. This is our spicy baby. And it made me think about the role that yoga played in both of my pregnancies, right? My first pregnancy was during COVID, and the second one was after. But the importance of yoga in those moments for me, and like throughout my life, but definitely in those moments, in terms of strengthening my body, in terms of the awareness and ability to go in, the ability to focus on my breathing, right? To know the difference between shallow breathing and, thoracic breathing, diaphragm breathing, the ability or the practice of getting comfortable with uncomfortable situations. In a lot of poses, because you are engaging your core, because you are engaging your glutes, it allowed me insight into when I was pushing, where I was pushing from, right? Like where I was focusing, how I was, kind of breathing into it and like hunkering down in those moments. And so I'll talk more about it, but I just want to make sure it's clear, that I am all for, if people can medically do so, home births, being supported by a midwife, being able to have control in a situation where you are so vulnerable. And then yoga, the role that like prenatal yoga, the role that it can play in really supporting that experience for you, right? Really allowing you to get into your body, really allowing you to, encouraging you to build up your toolbox of things that you're going to need during your delivery, because it's a time when thinking is not really a thing, and you need to have some stuff be as natural as breathing, right? Like you really need to be able to go into like a carnal space of really internally knowing yourself and intuitively knowing what you need to do, right? So anyway, I'll talk more about that. It was just on my mind because, like I said, baby girl turned 2 yesterday. And so I felt like it was a shout out to me because we making it. And and also, like I said, it just made me think about the role that yoga has played and continues to play in my life. So with that being said, let's get into it. Today, in thinking of that, I really wanted to go into some strength poses, right? And so when I think of strength poses, I think of our warriors. So I want to go through, and I'm going to lift the camera a little bit because I want to go through some rotations of like warrior poses. Okay. Maybe I'll turn the light on. Can y'all see me well? I don't know if that helped or hurt. But anyway, okay, so warrior poses. So warrior poses are really, again, this, if you, male, female, right? Especially as we age and we are becoming more seasoned, we have things that loosen up, in our pelvic, our ability, incontinence becomes a thing, especially for mothers. You know what I mean? I remember after birth, sneezing the wrong way and having a toddler moment, which is not fun. So I want to, like I said, I want to focus on warrior poses. And these are poses that focus on really kind of lifting up, engaging with that pelvic area, engaging with our ability to control our functions in our root area, like our root chakra. And let's have fun. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer and let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, our warrior one. I guess I can go this way. Anyway, whatever. So our warrior one, think of train tracks. So we want our feet or our legs to be parallel. We want to make sure that our hips, you literally see me adjusting, right? So you want to make sure our hips are forward. Our hips are locked in, okay? And so that would be, or maybe, relaxing your right hip. So right now my right leg is forward. So whatever leg is forward, you would want to relax or bring back that hip so that you can bring the other, which is my left, forward. And that way we're squared, right? So this is like when your hips are not squared, and this is when they are squared, okay? And that is important because of our lower back, right? We want to make sure that we're engaging what we need to. We also want to make sure that we are not stressing our lower back. So our legs are parallel. We're going to separate so that, or widen them so that there is a 90-degree bend in our front leg. Notice that my extended leg, my heel is lifted, okay? So now we're on our train tracks, 90-degree, heel lifted, core engaged, our hips are square, our glutes are also engaged, as if we have to do a number 2, right? And you should feel, like you want to feel that pull up into your core. Arms overhead, rotating our shoulders, relaxing our shoulders down our back away from our ear, rotating our hands so that our pinkies are facing each other. This is our warrior 1. I'll do it on the other side so you can see from that vantage point. So again, now we have our right leg behind, our heel is lifted, 90-degree bend in our front, square our hips. Inhale to raise our arms, relaxing our shoulder blades, engaging our core. So this is my core not engaged. That is my core engaged. See the difference? And you will want to, because you're engaging your core, you will want to hold your breath. I want you to intentionally breathe here. All right, that is our warrior 1. Our warrior 2, if we're in warrior 1, we are opening our arms horizontally, and that back foot is going to pivot and lay flat so that your front heel is aligned with your back arch. We still have that generous 90-degree bend in our front leg. We're squaring our hips to the front, looking over our arm that's attached to where you have your 90-degree bend, relaxing our shoulder blades, pressing out through the tips of our fingers. So if someone came and tried to hit your arm, they should not be able to like easily push it down. There should be resistance here. Again, engaging our core, tucking our tailbone. This is our warrior 2. For our warrior 3, we are coming back into a 1 and elevating that back leg. Being sure that our toe is pointed. We do not lock out our knee that we are balancing on. There's a gentle bend so we don't lock out our joint. Right now, my arms are in airplane mode. You can also bring them to heart center or Superman them. We'll try on the next side. So let's do warrior 2 on this side. So now my right leg is extended. I'm matching heel to arch. Arms are horizontal, square to the front, looking over my 90-degree side. Engaging core, tucking tailbone. I pivot back to warrior 1 and elevate my back leg. This time bringing my hands to heart center or extending out for Superman. And there you have it. Y'all see I actually twisted my box? Anyway, whatever. Have a great Friday. I will see y'all next week.